It is kind of like, it's kind of like Groundhog Day. 6 more weeks of Isaac. Because I passed up my shadow. Hold up. Ceiling upholstery business with Chib. I actually think Chiblee came up with a better business than ceiling upholstery. It was extreme short-term rentals. So if you're going out for like a few hours to like go see a movie or something like that, you could rent out your apartment to someone who just needs to like take a shower or like take a nap or something like that. Extremely short-term rentals. I think it could be the play, man. Other bold 2026 prediction, because people have started talking about something deeply uninteresting, aka video games. My 2026 video game prediction: Slay the Spire 2 is to Slay the Spire as Spelunky 2 was to Spelunky 1. AKA, it is received roughly as good as the original, defying all odds because the original is perhaps the best game ever made, in my opinion. That's bullish? I think it is bullish, man. I think they've earned the bull. Terrible opinion, no offense. You're like at a psychics right now, going like, no shot. Okay, I mean, didn't you know that when you fucking walked in? The shit ain't real, bro. I can't see the future. Obvious. I mean, you're the one who paid me for this. I thought we were on the same page. I saw you when you said take the Allison pill earlier, and I thought it was an interesting comment when we were talking about pills. Because Allison Pill, of course, Canadian actress, The Newsroom, Goon, etc., etc. But like, why did you type it a second time? Because it's not that good. Unless you're perhaps just signaling how cool it is that you know the name of an actress that many of us know the name of. That's all you do too? Well, then hit the go live button, buddy, and I'll see you there. I'll see you in the arena. Sometimes we're just saying shit. There's a charitable read because they said it 2 times. 2 times is like he didn't read it the first time. But he's gotta see this. Once he sees this, he won't be able to not read it. Sometimes we say shit twice. Just don't do it 3 times. You never know. It could be a Beetlejuice situation. And you did read it? Yes, but I read it the second time that I saw it. The first time I saw it, I just said, yep, that's the person's name. Hold me with that. Are you a fan of 30 Rock? No, I'll tell you why. Previously, I was agnostic to 30 Rock because I have not seen it, but now I hate 30 Rock. The reason is, I wake my kid up, and I bring my kid downstairs to get ready for the day, and I go to my cable TV remote, and I type in 300, because that's like a treehouse TV, where she can watch some Adventure Time before she's got to go to school. And then I hit enter, and for some reason it brings up 30 Rock, because the way that Boomers and Gen Z, every generation but my generation, they know they forgot to remember the numbers for channels, and now they just go to their remote and they press a little microphone button and go, escape to the country, and then the TV goes beep boop 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 beep boop 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 beep boop boop. Here you go. In our generation, we remember the number of the channels, which is why we go beep 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 beep, and we're in. But now the fuck-ass smart TV is trying to get me to buy Peacock or something like that so I can show my 5-year-old 30 Rock. Bro, she's not gonna get it. She's not 12. Now, if you showed me the movie 300, which would make more sense because I typed in 300, that would be fucking peak. Because every morning I would start my day with Gerard Butler going, yeah! But they don't fucking do that. For some reason, it's one of those ensemble pictures. Alec Baldwin's going, Tina Fey's doing her Fey face, you know what I'm talking about? Teletoon or YTV? Whatever Adventure Time is on at like 8 in the morning Pacific time. But honestly, I think I was too harsh on Adventure Time, man. I think Adventure Time's actually pretty good. There's some I don't necessarily want to make any enemies in 2026 that I haven't already made. Well, I guess I've already made enemies of the Steven Universe audience. I don't necessarily think Steven Universe is like a bad show, but every time I watch it, I'm like, man, this guy can't fucking do anything. Like, no disrespect, if Steven is every time I watch this show, bro is in crisis. Every single episode he's going, I can't do this, and I'm like, I get it, like I get what they're going for, but could you just like you just have one episode where he's like, I don't know, like not ass at everything. It's so annoying, man. It's so annoying. I mean, maybe it's not annoying if you're 5, but or 15 or something like that. But at 36, I'm like, oh my God, you caused the problem, bro. I get it. Like, trust me, I get what they're going for. But it's just like, it's just too much, man. For a guy like me, anyway. Yeah, I'll debase myself with Mega. Finn can be like that sometimes. Well, I don't know. I kind of don't feel. I feel like every episode of Adventure Time is like they get swallowed by like an intergalactic worm or something like that, and then they spend the whole episode trying to get out, and then Jake just goes, "How about this?" and like grows like 1,000,000 feet tall and blows up the worm, and they go, "Cool, dude," and come along with me. Ooh, with the butterflies and bees. And I'm like, I kind of vibe with that more than like the take a deep breath, Steven. Steven, if you take a deep breath, you can pick a Halloween costume. Like, it's kind of the first time I saw an episode of Steven Universe, I was kind of like, this is a breath of fresh air. But now that I've probably seen half of 12 episodes now, and I'm like, come on, man. Like, bro started driving a spaceship. Okay. Kind of unbelievable they could drive a spaceship. He has a hard time choosing what to eat for lunch. Then shit starts going wrong with the spaceship and he's freaking out. I'm like, buddy, the time to freak out was before you got in the spaceship. Now you're in space, bro. You waited too long to freak. You should have freaked out like on the fucking ground before you got out into outer space. Now it's too late for that shit. Nah, you're chill though. I didn't say it's bad. I said it's annoying. And it seems like most of you are saying it's annoying on purpose. So it sounds like we're on the same page. It sounds like we're pretty much all on the same page then, and I don't understand why we're arguing. His mom's in his belly? I haven't gotten to that part yet. Also, I'm not fucking with the crystal gems either. I'm sorry. The one that is competent and in charge seems pretty okay. And then there's the one wearing like the wrestling singlet. She's just a little too like off the wall for my taste. She's always doing something impulsive. And then I don't really know what's up with I want to say it's the mom, but I don't think she's the mom. I think she just kind of has the mom haircut. You know, she looks like Joy from Inside Out. You know what I don't really know what her deal is. She's kind of a little whiny sometimes. No, that is the mom. Okay, all right. And then there's like one that doesn't show up that often. Like, those three are there, like, all the time. I feel like I never see the other one. Bro, that's Estelle? I'd really like to Steven with you. You can be my Steven Universe. My Steven Universe. This slander's crazy. It's not slander, it's one man's opinion. I mean, you shouldn't give a fuck about my opinion on Steven Universe. I'm 37. I wish they would play more Adventure Time, to be honest. I can also 100%, like, let me start here, okay? I was 16 when Garden State came out. Garden State fucking sucks, man. I loved it. It at the time, especially, one of my favorite movies, had a huge impact on me. It fucking blows, but it will like always be important to me. But I think it's dishonest to not make that distinction. Like but I watched that shit like 10 times in 2004. I was like, this movie's incredible. And I think I watched it maybe in like 2012 as an actual adult with some life experience. And I went, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you doing? What the hell? Also, you have to report the Method Man character to the police. He's running a hotel with peepholes in the wall, bro. Why are you treating him like he's your best friend? Go report him to the police. It's not okay. So I could absolutely 100% see that if you felt like you had never been represented in a television show until you saw Steven Universe, and then that you were really vibing with the show, I 100% get it. I mean, it's not the worst show ever made. The worst show ever made is 15 Words or Less, hosted by Meredith Vieira. Obviously the worst show ever made, not even close. I love game shows. For a show to be the worst show ever made, it also has to be the worst game show ever made. There's a lot of truly awful ones. Worst show is Friends? Nope. In the whole scheme of if you think Friends is bad, you are very lucky that you were not watching any other sitcom except like 2 of them that were on the air at the same time as Friends. Friends is literally like, I've never seen it since the finale, but like it was better than most of its contemporaries at the time. There's Frasier. There's a reason Frasier was winning all the Emmys, and there's Seinfeld, and then like Friends is the other one. Seinfeld clears? Okay, and fucking, you know, gold clears silver, obviously. Like, what, Will and Grace? I don't know anything about that. Always had kind of a crush on Megan Mullally, though. Don't know why. I guess because she's beautiful. That's be the start with the Occam's razor. Yeah, it's probably started right there. Grey's Anatomy's the worst. Meg Resto, what are your thoughts on this? Have we come so far, like rage bait has become the lingua franca of the internet, that people have now forgotten that rage bait isn't supposed to be their real opinions, and now they're, like, they've rage baited themselves into thinking that they actually believe this? It's not the greatest show of all time, but the worst show ever made? Like, that's insane. You're being a dishonest reactionary. You're judging the show by, like, there's one person that you don't like in real life that likes this show, and you're like, I hate this show as a result of that. That's insane. I think you should be the type of beast that, like, judges things on their own merits or something like that, but I guess that's just me. Survivor's pure slop. It's just you guys have to expose yourself to more shit, because you're literally looking at like the top of a mountain and you're going like, Mount Everest. This part of Mount Everest, one of the smallest mountains I've ever seen. Okay, have fun. I mean, there's like 50 shows online, or on air, I should say, right now, that are basically just like filming the worst people on Earth and their manufactured problems. Get me out of here! I love Hell's Kitchen, though. Hell's Kitchen, I mean, these shows, we haven't even begun, this is what's pissing me off. We haven't even begun to have a real discussion on shared terms yet. Like, we're still at the point where we're trying to define, you're talking about shows that are pretty good, and you're like apologizing for liking a show that's pretty good. You should only have to apologize for watching, like, well, I mean, there's a lot. No show where anybody says get those lights off could possibly be in the bottom quartile of shows on TV. List them off, make some enemies. Well, any of the shows that are essentially dating shows but with a manufactured quirk, like Love is Blind, sorry to the K-pop fans out there, but like Singles Inferno, or the other Korean one, which was like, is it possible for hot divorcees to fall in love with each other? I think the answer is probably yes, if I had to guess, but I appreciate that we got some of our top scientists on that. Love Island, Too Hot to Handle, stuff like that. That stuff I think is pretty bad. It's just me personally. You love 90 Day though? Well, that was an earlier time. That was an earlier version of myself. And if you're gonna like relentlessly make fun of me for being old, then I get to play the flip side of that card, which is that I've changed over the past 6 years. I haven't watched 90 Day Fiance in a long time. The reason, it's actually, well, first off, I don't get TLC anymore, because like premium cable, you know, I already pay for the sports package. This shit would be like $300 a month if I also got TLC. They did the Expendables thing, like the Birdemic thing, where they realized that people were watching it because it was shitty, so they just started making it like manufactured shitty on purpose. And they like lost me with that, even though it turned out to be like a great play for Gem Pop. They deliberately looked for people who were like basically cartoon characters to be on the show, instead of like relatively normal people who just reeked of desperation. Which was really like the formula that held the show together for a guy like me. Hold. Yep, good play on that one, I'd say. Especially when it started becoming the snake that ate its own tail. Which is when they started having a show after the new episode of 90 Day, where the people from 90 Day on earlier seasons would watch the season of 90 Day and react to it. So you would watch the people that you mocked lay in bed watching the show, mocking the other people who are exactly like them. So you would see like the same episode of the show like 12 times, and they would be like, oh, you can't do that. No, man, don't do that. They would just add like a weird little sting in now and then. It's so bad. When will the laugh at this ugly guy genre of TV pop? First off, you can't say that. The reason you can't say that is because even if you're hot, just typing that is going to make everyone think you're ugly. So it's an unforced error. Secondly, they're not laughing at the people on 90 Day because they're ugly. They're laughing at the people on 90 Day because they're desperate. It's a different thing. And also, if I may say, and you know me, people don't know where I stand, and I'm not even sure I know where I stand. Is he woke? Is he red-pilled? We don't know, right? We don't know if he's one step away from being Mamdani's running mate in 2030, or if he's going to be on Kill Tony next week. But if I may put on the woke cap for a little bit, the guys on 90 Day usually suck. And the reason they suck is not like, oh, they're bad at being dudes. The reason they suck is because they're like I'm kind of a loser who is bad with women, so I'm gonna use my advantage, which is essentially just being born in the United States, and then go exploit a woman in a poorer country, and like usually treat her like dirt and bring absolutely nothing to the table at all. So like there's some of them that like seem like nice guys who treat their spouses wonderfully, but a lot of them are basically, they have the vibe of like, I'm not a loser, I just think like Western women have too much power in the dating game, so I decided to even the odds by like going to another country, which I think you have a, maybe not an obligation, but at least it's like dealer's choice if you want to make fun of them for that. That's just one man's opinion. And that's why it's okay to laugh at. Which is why that episode where the dude goes to Russia and then he's flown like 30 hours to be in Russia, and then the girl just ghosts him in the town square is so fucking funny, man. It's so good. Doesn't he get stood up like 5 times? She was making him work for it, is what I would say about that. And listen, and maybe this is too real for you, but my take on the subject is like, well, shouldn't she be nicer? Well, like, he's not being nice. He's he's kind of floating out there that like, I'm just sort of like ambiently more wealthy than you, so like, you should want to be my spouse. He's not really like doing anything beyond that. So I think once you buy a ticket, you get to take the ride. And the second part of the ride is she should fucking feed you. She should make you work for it. She should take advantage of it. Because once you're over there, once you've been on the plane, all of a sudden you're playing an away game, brother. And now it's her turn to start, collecting dividends on the investment. Anyway. And just to be clear, a lot of the ladies suck too. A lot of the ladies are not the best. It's not an everybody sucks here, but it is like a most of the people suck here type of show for sure. It does all, I mean, there's guys that have been on 90 Day Fiance that have been on like 4 seasons with 5 different women. And every time the relationship doesn't work, he's like, I don't get it. And I'm like, I get it, man. I mean, like, what? You're not bringing anything to the table except being on the show. Like, it became like kind of you could have like a cottage industry of like, hey, at first they used to be doing it for the love of the game, and then also maybe material value. But now you can actually become like a miniature celebrity and start selling like, I don't know, teas with tapeworms in them if you've been on the show. Some shit that'll like speed up your metabolism via like parasitic mechanisms. So like now we got the whole influencer culture in it as well. And it's just, what happened to the game I used to love, man? What happened to the game I used to love? Perverse incentive, if they find love, they're off the show. That's true. You show me the incentives, I'll show you the outcomes. Also, like, same thing, maybe the worst show, and I can't believe they rebooted it, has to be Temptation Island. The one where they take the people who are, like, gonna get married, and then, like, no disrespect, but they have to be perhaps the dumbest people that have ever existed on planet Earth. Like, before I get married, you know what I think would be, you know what's a lingering question in my brain? Do I love my spouse enough to not pick 3 other people over them? Like, I'm getting married, but I've only met 2 people in my entire life, so I'm gonna meet 3 more people, and just to really cement whether or not this is the right person for me. It's a public service kind of show. Well, I don't think there's anything wrong in laughing at the people on the shows like this. I think if you didn't laugh at it, then I would be laughing at you. But also, again, I'm just one fella. Probably a lot of people out there, you know, they're like, I watched this show to decompress after my, like, 18-hour shift in the neonatal ward or something like that. Like, if you're doing that, you're a hero, man. I'm just one fella. You gonna use any of your items? I was thinking about using an item that was placed into me at birth, called my soul, to bring mirth to the world and perhaps, maybe not insight, but some interesting topics of conversation at the very least. I was thinking I might do something like that, if you don't mind. Friends till the end. If it's still legal to, you know, praise the Lord, for example. You think you had a soul at birth? That's tough. I gotta think about that one, too. I think I had a soul. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. I don't believe... Here's the thing for me. And again, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm basically improvising this as I go. Do I believe in the concept of a theistic soul as a force that exists, you know, perhaps attached to or within the body, that then, after death, passes into another realm to be preserved or transmuted for reincarnation or eternal life? No. No, I don't. But do I believe in the concept of a soul as something intangible that's like both a product of and also distinct from simply the electricity running through the meat in your brain? I kind of do. And the reason I do is maybe an argument via corollary, I guess. If you were to clone me, the clone does not have a soul. Well, if you clone me genetically, the clone has a soul. If you use artificial intelligence and put it in a robot body to make a facsimile of me, the robot has no soul. Ergo, even if it's a perfect copy, it can't copy the soul, in my opinion. Ergo, a soul must exist, because we acknowledge that there is a difference between the copy and the original. Hang on, I gotta lock in here. That's all I gotta say about that. Because I don't know what I'm talking about. Bro needs to play Soma. No, I don't, because everybody in this chat has spoiled Soma for me for over a decade at this point. I already know exactly what happens in Soma, because whenever you talk about copying a human being, 1,000 people type Soma, rather than actually come up with their own opinion on it, they simply drop the name of a media property that they wish to signal that they've interfaced with that also talks about these themes, so we can't have a real conversation with one another. We're just trading references back and forth, which, as a millennial, I am familiar with. 1 second, I gotta do some matrix multiplication here. Walk into my depression cloud, please. Thank you. Youch! Yeah, I've read Brave New World. In my, hey, I'm gonna read the classics arc from like 5 years ago. Like 8 years ago. Good, because I didn't. Honestly, I mean, maybe this is something kind of crazy to say about one of the most glazed novels in the genre of science fiction, but I think you could skip it. I would much rather recommend like Slaughterhouse 5 or something than Brave New World, but your mileage may vary. Okay, hold. Reading Arc is going pretty good, by the way. They were cooking when they invented the Kindle Paperwhite. I'm not just saying that as an independent contractor for Amazon Industries. Kate got me a Kindle Paperwhite in 2014 or maybe even 2013. I found it in my drawer. I have not used it. The last notification on it was from 2015 that said your card on file has expired. So that's like 10 years since the last time I used it, right? I went, well, let's just see. I plugged it in. It got a full charge. I said, oh shit. I turned it on. It was slow as fuck. I went, oh no. Well, it's been 11 years. What did I expect? Then it said, we got to update. So it ran an update. The update took like 15 minutes. After the update, it runs like a damn dream, bro. It runs like a damn dream. So yeah, I've been reading The Death of Ivan Illich, which, to be fair, is only, I'm not dying like this, like 6 pages long. But in my defense, I'm halfway through. Okay, hold. I really thought we died there. A second, I gotta lock in. Fuck. Bro, dying with Brimstone and dying with Mega is fucking crazy. But you know what? We get the losses out before we get the wins. It's that simple.